There was a talk of turning the Brood into supernatural faction with power similar to the Undertaker.
Undertaker had powers? Raymond would like to believe Undertaker had powers. What powers? He sacrificed Stephanie McMahon and got powers? Where did he get powers?
He comes from the dead.
What powers did he have? He
shows the weather.
That's in an arena, Raymond. Like, that was like lighting. Does Kane have powers?
Yes. Fire.
Well,
like an airbender, but a firebender.
Oh, so what would the Brood have had then?
You guys are vampires.
So we have supernatural powers. So what was the question again?
So there was talk of turning the Brood into a supernatural
wait, hold on.
faction.
So we were already a supernatural faction, so there was no turning into it, according to Raymond. We were supernatural vampires, so we would have powers. We'd have vampire powers.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
We come up through a ring of fire. We don't get burnt. We gave people blood baths. The lights would go out and they'd be covered with blood, like Carrie, you know. I think we already had. I think we already had supernatural powers. We definitely had a headgear, and there was a reason Undertaker wanted us and his thing. I think because he knew our powers are stronger than his powers, and he thought they can unite it. But then when we were together, he realized our power was so stronger than the ministry power, so he had to snuff us out like a smoked
Okay, so that's a
confusing. What, scratchy? I think I answered.
Oh no, I'm saying like as far as like fact or fiction, because you guys already were supernatural.
We already were supernatural.
So
well, I was a vampire, but they never ever mentioned Christian Edge's vampires. They always said vampire-like or gothic-like. Actually, they never even called me a vampire. They always said gothic-like lifestyle, the gothic-like lifestyle of Gangrel, or the viscous liquid and.
So fact?
My challenge.
I think it's a fact, yeah.
I think we already were, so I think it's a given. Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay. That was the llast fact or fiction. Okay.
Now we're gonna go into
You look frustrated. Like, the fact or fiction bothered you there, huh?
Oh no, I'm like, I see what you're saying, so I'm trying to see like what you were asking.
I'm saying the Brood is way cool. Not because I was part of the. Raymond is a huge Undertaker fan, so anytime there's something, he slides Undertaker.
Okay.
He slides Undertaker in. He doesn't even acknowledge the American badass. He doesn't acknowledge it. He goes, "That didn't exist. It's Undertaker. It's Undertaker. It's Undertaker." Like, so, and there's a lot of people like that, and people go, they'll go, "Gangrel, oh, how was it cool to be in the Undertaker's ministry?" And I'm thinking, like, it was cooler to be in the Brood. I thought we were cooler. We had a better fashion sense. We hung out in nightclubs. You ever seen our videos? We're out in raves. We'd hang out under piers. I mean, like, we're just like dudes going out and hanging out and sucking blood on chicks' necks and like all this cool stuff and like dancing and raving, and the Brood was cool. Undertaker goes around trying to hang people and shit, you know? Like, he's just like death. We were the life of a party. The life of a party. He was like the death of the party. You know, there was no party there. Everything died around him. Like Raymond said, he controlled the weather. Well, the Brood controlled the party, the atmosphere, the energy, the fun. You want to argue that, Raymond?
No, you can have that.
You can have that. Thank you. As you sit in a dark corner where nobody can even see you over there. No, I'm just saying the Brood was like, I enjoyed the Brood. It was fun. Not because... It was cool. I think it was just really cool. And the Undertaker thing was really cool too. And it was cool to be a part of the ministry. But I've gone over this before, where like the ministry, the Brood going into the ministry was like ultimately like the quicker death for the Brood, you know. So because it was well liked, and the ministry was a heel unit at that time, and they put us in there, and the people still cheered us within that heel faction. They cheered us, which wasn't a good result. Like, you know, so they took us out of the ministry that quick. You'll see people say, "Oh, they were barely in the ministry, this and this and that." But it was because when we were in the ministry, and I'm not putting myself over, Christian Edge were just like really good for the Brood. It was a really cool thing. It was a magical moment, you know, lightning in a bottle. It happened, and it was organic, and it grew. But it was popular. It couldn't turn us heel no matter what they did. They tried, and people still cheered the Brood. They put us in the ministry. They still cheered the Brood. They said, "We got to get them out of the ministry," you know, and then feud the ministry, and then break us up after that. But ultimately, they had plans for Edge, you know, big plans for him, so he couldn't have stayed in the Brood forever. So, but the ministry thing speeded that death up. You know, it was a speedier death. You know, death upon sword or something.
Want some, get some, bad enough, take some.